So, like, when I remember Erevan just being gifted 5 million gold pieces by some guy on the streets.
That's not what happened. Try again.
Are you sure? I remember. I remember.
We all stood in the same room and argued endlessly about what we should do, getting nowhere.
Okay, do you remember that part? Keep going.
No, we're still there.
Oh, right. You dreamed that you got out. That's what it was. So, you guys remember that part where I was explaining how I totally screwed up the distances and everything at the beginning of the game? We were going to just like completely ignore all the distances I was quoting.
Sort of.
Vaguely.
Well, I have since gotten a scale on the Sword Coast map that should be more or less what the actual scale is.
So were we anywhere close?
I'll put it this way. How long did we say it took you guys to get to El Terrell?
I think it took like 3 days from Burdusk.
Well, that technically should have been a trip of about 220 miles.
Yeah.
So great if you have a car. Not so 3 day if you have, horses.
We rode them till they died and then hopped on the next horse.
Pillaging horses town to town.
With Pony Express about them.
And the trip from Greenest to the camp that took like, a day and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys covered like 110 miles doing that.
Man, you guys are awesome.
So we're really fast.
So now it's canon that we can move like hundreds of feet in a day, or hundreds of miles in a day.
No.
That's what you're telling us.
Like I said, there's a significant amount of retcon going on right here.
All right.
So what you're telling us is, should have taken us longer to get to Baldur's Gate.
I mean, in relative time, no, it was just fine.
Okay.
Because you guys, should have gotten there before, theoretically, before any of the cultists did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that now that I have an accurate scale to this map, the trip that you're signing up for, which is to escort a caravan from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, is a trip to, along the coastway, just south of Dragonspear. Oh, come on, where's the distance? About 300 miles. And then about another 400 miles to Waterdeep.
Oh.
Yeah. So are they still only offering 4 gold per 10 days?
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, it's gonna take us like 10 days to get there, so it's a lot of money.
A wagon. You don't. You guys would know this, having grown up in this world. A wagon, with some horses or mules hauling it, can make about 15 miles a day.
Jesus.
And it's like 700 miles to Baldur's Gate, or to Waterdeep. Shit.
So it'll only take you, let's see,
3 years.
Go west, young man.
Let's see.
So while we're protecting the caravan,
It's only going to take you about 50 days.
Just doing.
Okay, so 10 days.
We'll be rich.
20 gold. For you guys, I haven't signed up with anybody yet, so.
But we have to play it in real time.
Oh my god. 50 sessions later.
We die of dysentery.
We die of dysentery.
That's a distinct possibility. I mean, not a single one of you guys has taken a bath yet.
Oh.
I mean, we did try to ford that one river. And we lost an ox.
You got rained on at some point.
I don't think I've described any rain yet. It's been very dry.
Oh, goodness.
That's a good reminder. It's now the rainy season. It's going to rain every day.
Bring out your soap.
Just
Will
like in
that affect
Atlanta.
Vision at all.
Oh. Wake up.
Be right back.
Poor dog. I had the strangest shit in my office. I still haven't even unpacked all my boxes since I moved into my house. Yeah. Back under the table with you. Okay. Hello.
Hola, senors.
Hello.
Buenos dias.
Buenos tardes? Is that evening?
Noches.
That is.
Buenos noches. Noches. What is tardes?
Afternoon.
Time and relative dimensions in space.
Wait,
Is the correct answer.
quantum mechanics.
Guess all those Spanish people I've met are really smart then.
Yeah, they're just Doctor Who fans.
They're all physicists. Yeah, that too.
I mean, doesn't senor stand for doctor?
Yeah. One day we need to run a game in Tabletop Simulator so we can play this in VR.
But I don't have VR.
I mean, you have enough monitors that you've basically got VR.
Yeah, basically.
Just cross your eyes.
There you go.
I mean, I've got it on the big screen because it's awesome.
What, Amanda's still not here?
Just sit real close to the big screen.
I kind of have to for my microphone.
So we're still missing a Chip and we're still missing Amanda.
Yeah.
Amanda told me that it won't let her on Skype and that currently she is updating the fantasy rounds.
What the?
So we can't
hell?
believe any of that. So she's definitely lying.
She's cheating.
So she's probably out for dinner or something.
Good thing you said it.
Yep, definitely lying.
What did I tell you?
I want to know why Mushi keeps connecting to my game.
She's pretty cool, that's why.
She's very lost.
Don't worry, she's
not all there in the head.
she's the villain of this campaign too.
I have to say, it is kind of unique that you put the villain in the party.
I mean, she's fireballing everyone she comes into contact with. Kind of did it herself.
I still
Kind of
vote.
like initiation, okay?
I still vote killing her and then asking her questions.
I mean, she's cloaking the enemies, turning herself into a potted plant in the middle of combat, fireballing her allies. I mean, how else are you going to call it? She's not the villain.
I'm basically the party, guys. You know, what fun would it be without some wild magic? Or what you think is wild magic? Oh, Steve.
Hey.
Oh, we may have a Chip.
What?
Hello?
Hey, I hear a Chip.
Elf!
We did it. More than half the party is here today.
Actually, the entire party is here today.
What?
It's like double half the party.
Ryan said he's going to do the recap.
Sweet.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, Ryan. You recap the last session. We'll let Amanda recap the session before that.
Damn
All right,
it.
so last Tuesday we got together and there wasn't enough people to show up, so we said that we were going to hold off until this week. All right, Amanda, what did we do the session before?
Damn it, guys. I gave the recap last week. Can we just, like, watch the video from last week?
There was no video. He wasn't here.
Damn it, guys. The 2 weeks
I think my favorite
ago.
part is that she actually did give the recap last week.
It was a pretty good recap.
We waited until after the recap to tell her that there weren't enough people to play.
The map's all gridded.
It is, because I now have a realistic grid of distances to be covered.
So how do I get into this game?
Okay, so if you open up Fantasy Grounds,
I've loaded it, and I've got a username and a host address that they want me to put in.
Did you check for updates first?
Well, I just loaded it, so I would hope.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe yeah, I'll try that. But is the dark seal the username, or is it?
No. Once you get the game going, you should have this thing where it's like you're trying to connect to a session or a campaign.
Yeah, I hit join game and it asked me for a username and host address. Right.
Okay. Go back to where the join game thing was.
That's where I'm at, and it's asking me for username and host
Okay.
address.
Is there anything that says alias on that screen?
Manage characters, load demo campaign, create demo campaign, check for update settings, activate license, buy license, and start.
Buy a license.
Don't do that.
Okay, and the only thing that comes up when you click join game is
Well, now when I hit load demo campaign, it says enable alias and no alias generated. So do you want me to generate an alias?
no, you need to be joining my game, not creating your own.
All right. So username this is a name identifying you, the person playing the character. The name will be used in out of character messages you send as well as character ownership.
Okay, so put your name in there.
Oh Lord, what was my name?
Chip.
Numa.
Was it Numa or Chip?
Either one.
I don't know.
Numa
Our
slash
favorite.
do Chip.
Captain Conundrum.
All right.
Numa Chip.
Chip
So,
Connect.
you know, the username actually meant my name. It never seemed logical or reasonable.
I can't imagine why that would. You know, I completely with Chip.
Is
Why
it
on
looking
earth?
like I'm trying to connect?
You
Oh, it's
connected.
downloading something. All right. Apologies for having an intelligence of 2. I must have rolled a 1 on username. All right.
So you're Chip 1 then?
No, just Chip, I guess. All right. So I'm now using a company computer to play Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't know.
I've done that before.
I'm so
No, I
proud of
don't want any ethical
Seems legit.
complaints about this. Full disclosure,
You're using it after hours.
I am doing that.
It's not like you're actively
So long
trying
as
to
you
be
realize
paid
that
while you're playing D&D.
Yeah, and I've already put like 22 hours in this week, so I'm well ahead of.
just so long as you realize that the company does maintain the rights to Numa.
That's right.
now.
That's right.
Unfortunately for you.
Like, look at all this.
Sorry,
Numa.
y'all. Looks like
do
I'm
I
coming
delete
in. So y'all
Numa?
can-
I'll just clear owner.
All right,
Okay,
sorry,
Chip,
I'm sorry, Amanda. I interrupted you.
You should be able to access Numa now.
I'm here.
No, Ryan was just giving an excellent recap of 2 weeks ago.
Actually, Amanda was giving that recap.
Yeah.
Man, the Chip came all this way to hear your recap of what happened.
Yeah, I mean it's tradition now.
It's like a Christmas
Um,
tradition.
Semi-annual tradition, maybe. We
It's-
could just
it's
do it
a-
every once in a while.
It's
Okay,
like it's a Tuesday tradition. Every Tuesday you get the recap.
and Sundays.
And Sundays, that's true. You're an excellent storyteller.
Huh, great. Okay, because you guys like my dogs in the background making noise for me. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, we ventured to Baldur's Gate, taking a boat, leaving the horses, not knowing we could take the horses and the boat. Cool though, I'm over it. And
Clearly.
let's see, Aravan used his magical cap to change his appearance every so often because he's cool like that. Almost confused the captain, but he didn't change himself that much, so it's okay. We get to Baldur's Gate, and stuff happened. I was an hour late, so I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but it's okay.
Like where Octavia just wandered off.
Oh no, I was totally there for that part. That was all me. I didn't fall asleep in the closet this time though, so it's good. So we're walking through Baldur's Gate, and it's like freaking flea market galore. So we're looking at everything, and everyone else apparently has a big task on their mind. And Octavia's like, look at the shiny, there's a chicken over there. And I look up, and everyone's gone. So I start to find my way to there and almost get killed and murdered by a dark alley, because who knew what she was like before coffee? Best we don't know. And so we get to Baldur's... Huh?
Wait, did I not miss a game? I guess we didn't play last week?
No, we
No, we didn't play last week.
No, there were only
Oh.
2 people who were available last week.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Continue.
It was not cool, actually.
Yeah.
But
It was the opposite of cool.
we'll forgive you this time. Don't let it happen again. So you're grounded.
Okay. You're grounded. You must play D&D.
That's
Right.
You're grounded. You can't leave the house.
Go to your room and play.
Go to your room.
Right. Best grounding ever. So we get to Baldur's Gate, and let's see, Xavier, I believe, is the one who hid the magical bag in his belly, because he has a big belly that he can make disappear, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
So we totally snuck through there, not drawing any attention whatsoever, because I'm super stealthy. And we met with Caravan Master, but he's not actually the Caravan Master. I just nominated him that, even though he's not.
Do you remember his name?
No, I do not do
Atkin
names.
Celebond, or as Numa likes to call
Cinnabon.
him,
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. Mr. Cinnabon. And we spoke with him, and he said that he could probably find us someone to caravan with, I suppose is the correct term. Because we spoke about caravans last week. And my definition was right. We lost someone.
Chip.
We lost a chip.
Oh, Chip, your company computer. And so we basically told him what we were looking for, cultists, kobolds, dragon eggs, kind of worked up a dragon eggs. We're like, good, you understand this is bad. Okay, we're on the same page. He's like, here, stay in my tent. And we're like, cool, we have a place to stay tonight. So the next morning, everyone kind of ventured off on their own way. Let's see. Xavier went all roguey stealthy and ventured around and found some stuff I'll get back to in a minute. Let's see. Was it Chesko, Erevan, and Numa? They all went to a tavern where Erevan and Numa spoke to a green lady. Green lady didn't like Numa because she wasn't really too fond of why are you green. So she agreed to hire on Erevan as long as he didn't take Numa. She would take anyone but him. So there's an option for us. And he went to leave, trying to drag Numa out. As Numa turned around, he saw Chesko, trying to strike a deal with another caravan going in the same direction. As he's trying to show off his majestic skills, Numa realizes he's probably not awake yet, and he goes over and terrorizes these dishes and shows them who's boss. Trees and dishes, that's Numa's thing. And so they decide, hey, yeah, you two are cool, you guys can help us out. We're like, awesome. So everyone meets back at the camp, and Xavier tells us of a purple-robed individual dragonborn-looking creature he possibly saw. Dun dun dun.
And Octavia ate a whole ham.
Yes.
I ate a whole. It was very rewarding.
It was like that scene in Anchorman. I'm not even angry. I'm impressed.
Exactly.
You didn't need
She
that
worked
much help.
really hard.
Good job.
You know what? It took an entire day, but she did it. Worth it. Every second.
Okay.
I think that was a reasonable recap.
That was an
Better than
excellent
last
recap.
Yes.
Bravo. Everyone,
week.
applause.
Hakushu.
Snaps. Yay.
Okay. So, I believe we left off basically with Xavier coming back and saying this is what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna put down my ham bone.
I love that you're just gnawing on the bone at that point.
Good start.
She makes a little ring out of it.
I could. It'd be a very large ring. Have you ever seen a ham bone?
Yeah.
Very large. Make it like a bracelet. So I suppose this means we are going to take separate routes to go the same direction, I guess. We're all going to kind of separate and watch different areas of the massive caravan in our separate smaller caravans. Is that what we've decided? Like Numa.
Yeah.
I need
Let's
someone to
split
make
up
me an
team.
intelligence check.
Oh dear. See if they can understand what I'm trying to say.
How about the wizard?
I bet Caden would be excellent for this. Caden,
Bet wrong.
you understand that caravans are basically
Seven.
single units made up of multiple wagons
Now,
traveling
5 people.
together and going in the same direction.
5 people in a group. Moving.
Amanda, think
That's
like
caravan.
a wagon train.
I turn to
A big caravan with mini
Octavia.
caravans.
say, according to Webster's dictionary, a caravan.
Who is that?
Don't you mean Elminster's dictionary?
No, it's Webster is Elminster's younger brother, much less successful.
Oh, okay.
Just don't look up Elminster in that dictionary. It's not pretty.
If
In
they would
fact, I
be
don't
known
think
as
he's even
caravans.
listed.
He's in Urban
You're up.
Dictionary.
So,
I believe.
back to the question at hand.
I believe I have seen
Don't split the party.
the. I
Who would
believe I've
split?
seen the cultists.
Where? Hold the hand. You said you saw the cultists.
I believe so.
But
They
In-
stood
in
out
this-
and they were very shady.
in this area, the same campground that we're in right now.
No, they were down in the lower district.
Ben, can you bring back a map?
I don't have a map. We had to, like,
Yeah, that was
Find
Oh
it
yeah,
on
Google.
Explorer.
We can
yeah,
bring
Google
That.
had the only image of Baldur's Gate.
Damn it, Google. I'll scroll
Is
up.
it still in the chat history?
I think so.
Or is it somewhere else?
We
Yeah, there it
keep
is.
Scrolling. There it is. Found it. Okay.
I gotta bring it.
There's
up
the
now,
map.
too.
I don't like that one. I want this one.
You were at 19, I think.
I had building 43 written down. I'm looking.
He just assigned a random number to the building.
Apparently, hold on.
He was drinking again.
No. Building 43. That number 43 was the number I wrote down. We were down by 43. Yes.
Ah,
That's why I wrote down building 43.
Yeah, it's in the lower city, and it's kind of near the northeastern wall.
it's below the text Flusker. We've got
Yes.
that.
Yeah, building 43.
So we're there?
No.
No, that's where I saw the cultists.
Ah,
Or
okay.
who I
Gotcha.
presumed to be the cultists because there was a
That's where he tracked the palanquin to.
yeah, the battered
That
palanquin that didn't have trained carriers.
That black dragon dude.
It was a black dragon claw, so it could be him. Judging by what Erevan had shown me.
And we're at like 2, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You guys wandered really far today.
At the top left.
Well, you guys were in the bar like all day. I had time to track.
Yeah, he went back into the city. We were
Yeah.
I went back into the city.
yeah.
You guys stayed up.
nearby.
Were you able to join them as a guard, or did you just stand back and watch?
I just stood back and watched.
Hey, wasn't I supposed to meet somebody?
I think I was supposed to go back and talk to somebody in that bar thing.
Jessica, you.
Yeah, it was me and Numa.
Yeah, when the caravan is getting ready to leave, you've pretty well signed up to work for someone.
Cool.
Semmerdek,
I'm under contract.
I believe is his name.
Yeah, let me track his name down real quick.
That's what I wrote down. Of course,
Sir
I was drinking
Nameless.
2 weeks ago, so I don't remember.
While he's searching that down, Xavier, if you're interested in a cover, I've granted payment with a green-skinned woman by the name of Imsa to protect her own caravan.
My only concern is if the cultists decide to not travel with the caravan immediately, then we might leave before they leave.
This is true.
Well, couldn't we maybe eavesdrop and see if we can hear anything? Now that we know where they are, we can ask our lovely cinnamon man if he knows anything of that area.
I don't believe he does, but I can try to stay in the shadows and monitor what they're doing.
Would it be too blunt to have somebody go up to the cultists as they are making their way through the northern gates to ask if they are in need of any more arms to help guard their own numbers as they travel north?
I believe I'm the only one that they haven't seen yet, right?
I don't think they've seen me. We snuck into their village. I don't think they saw any of us, did they? Well, they spoke to Aravan.
They're
They know
much more
Numa.
accustomed and acquainted with my own natural face.
And
Wasn't it Caden who snuck around to one of the groups and started speaking to them, and then we made them all fight? We're badass.
Yeah, the reds and the blues.
Yeah. West side, east side.
Crips and blood.
Kind of were the bloods, yeah.
Yeah, someone like cut themselves to be initiated in it. That's great.
So
You know what? You did get the mark. I bet if you went up there, whoever did that, they'd be like, "Oh, blood brother, welcome."
Well, I did kind of disappear after that. They might be a little suspicious.
Maybe. Maybe I got lost, but I found you.
Yeah, I've been looking for you guys forever.
Luckily, you guys leave a really big trail. You probably need to watch out. You could probably use my help. I'll help you cover your trail from here on out. Shabam, you're in.
I don't know if this person can see through disguises, this black dragon thing. But if he can, he'll know you are you, Aravan.
It would be most unfortunate for all of us.
So
if the cultists are to travel with the remainder of the caravan, I will keep close to the green woman Imsa as I can to keep out of their own gaze. Or at the very least out of sight from this dragonborn.
Just saying, Aravan, you keep trying to speak of a low profile. Don't you think a green woman is going to stand out just a tad?
She'll be drawing more eyes than myself. I'm perfectly okay with that.
That's true.
So, do you want me to recon some more? And see if they're moving?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Don't get caught.
Very least, if we could get some sort of inkling as to when they plan on making their departure from Baldur's Gate.
Just make sure you stay out of dark alleyways and don't ask anyone for directions.
I don't believe I'll have a problem with that. Do they have some... Do you know if they have some kind of sign to greet their own cultists?
Like a handshake?
A handshake, a
Head nod?
password, a symbol?
Fist pump?
Ben, would I be aware of any kind of like a little handshake or hand flavor?
No, there were not much on the secret signs. When you were with them, they were pretty much openly talking about how awesome it was to be in the cult of the dragon.
There was nothing specific to show that you were one such a member of their number.
Well, I don't want to go and directly ask them if I don't have any kind of information or backup.
If you so wish, I could keep close to you, but I do not wish to engage with them myself, if it can be avoided. You'll have my protection should it come to weapons, but more than that, I fear risking too much.
I mean, if you're scared of being seen, I don't mind going.
No, that's not the problem. I'm just thinking if it goes south.
At this point,
I thought we were going north.
Yes, Numa, we are traveling north.
In due time, Numa.
At this point, Mr. Celebon walks into the tent and sees all of you gathered around, kind of having this quiet discussion. He looks and says,
Hands gone.
"Has something happened? You seem serious."
I
This is just
believe
my
I have
face.
found the cultists. Or
Really?
cultists who I believe is their leader.
And where did you find them?
And,
What did you see?
well, I saw a group of untrained porters carrying a palanquin, very battered, which seemed odd to me, but they were down in Old District. Or the Lower District,
Well,
I should say.
It's not necessarily that unusual to have poor porter carrier or poor palanquin carriers. It's a hard job, and most people who can get out of it do. So it's very often you have to bring new people in to take it up, and there are some for hire. Most are fairly well taken care of, but some simply wish to appear to be wealthier than they actually are.
Do you know of any black dragonkin around here in the city?
Dragonkin?
Yes.
Do you mean the Dragonborn?
Possibly. What I saw was the form of a dragon man.
Well, I am not aware of. I mean, the Dragonborn are very rare. Caden, what were you checking on history for?
So, does Caden know that the Dragonborn and the Dragonkin are distinct in some fashion?
You would know that Dragonborn are a race that have ancient draconic ancestry, but they are a distinct and relatively noble race. You, based on your encounter with
Cyan Wrath.
Yeah, Cyan Wrath. Know that he was not a dragonborn. He was a half dragon, which is a very different creature.
All right, I will interject with that information to clarify that we're looking at a half dragon.
As
Not a
he pulls out
dragonborn.
his dictionary from Webster again.
Let me consult my Pictionary.
Yes.
And Sullivan says, "Oh no, there are a few dragonborn. I do not know of any black dragonborn in the city, but I have certainly never heard of a half dragon. I mean, if what you saw is true, I can understand why they must move around in hiding. If the populace saw a creature like that coming through, why they would probably mob them and try to kill them outright."
I think he is the one we're looking for.
If that is what you saw, then I can hardly doubt you.
I would like to ask you, Xavier, not that I don't trust you and all, but how do you know that's what you really saw? I mean, do you think it could have been a play on shadows, or was it just a glimpse, or were you face to face with this creature?
Ben, how far was I? I was like, what, 60 feet from him?
Yeah. The situation as you recall it,
yeah,
it was very clear, like when you saw that hand reach out to grab the post and steady itself.
Yeah.
This was not like you think you saw a dragon claw. This was like you saw a dragon claw grabbing that post.
Right, and then I saw the shadow, or the form walk.
You saw the purple cloaked, very well disguised figure quickly make its way from the palanquin into a door.
Right. I am 100% certain of what I saw.
I'm gonna nod and stare at my bone deep in thought.
And you say you saw this in the city. Where were you? What part of the city?
Can I do like an insight check on this guy? Like, I get he's curious, but like I feel like he's trying to like figure out what we know, because he knows something too.
Well, he does work with the Harpers.
Go right ahead.
I'm still gonna do insight.
You can tell he is definitely curious. You don't get any feel like that he is trying to deceive you in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But he is definitely very, very curious about this.
He just seems overly curious to me, which I feel like it's reasonable, but I am very full right now that mind wanders.
Hey Chip, what's Numa's intelligence?
He is a 12.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, so smart.
Yes, just not socially.
That's okay.
Numa, you might want to write a letter to Leosin and let him know that we believe we've made contact. And we'll provide further information when we receive some.
Sullivan, how would a letter get to my master in, where is he at? Green, whatchamacallit?
No, he's in, at least when you left him, he was in El Terrell.
El Terrell, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I can pass a message to my contacts, and they will see that it makes its way to Leosin. Do you wish me to do this?
Yes, I wish to do so. I will write my correspondence now.
All right, so
Here is Leosin.
Numa starts writing a letter, and he turns back to Xavier and says, Now, tell me again, where in the city did you encounter this creature? What can give me any information you can about what happened? It may give me some clue as to what is going on and how I might be able to help.
What was the name of that bar that I went into with the thieves' cant on it? Or that inn?
I think it was just the Lion.
Oh, I did write that down. Lion Inn. It was near the Lion Inn.
Ah, near the docks.
Yes, but I followed him more inland, to the east.
So, well, you would not know the major thoroughfares. Can you describe the area where? What did this creature do?
He merely passed from his seat to a room, or into a building.
Do you know what building it was? Do you know what part of the city it was in?
Just told him.
Did you notice anything about the building? Was it a merchant's house? Was it an inn? Do you know?
Let's go back and find this house, and I can send some kind of proof with my letter to Leosin.
We can cut off his horn and send it.
Well, no, it may be just a matter of a ring.
To find where they were going instead of just killing them here in the city, where it's not going to end out well for us.
Yes, I'm sorry. I got excited.
I will give you more information once I have more concrete proof of what I'm saying. This is just a preliminary scout.
This is a good time to ask a different question.
Mm-hmm.
For Chesko and Caden, we know that Xavier and Numa had signed up with the Harpers, and Octavia and Erevan signed up with the
Gauntlet.
The Order of the Gauntlet. Did you guys ever make any sort of decision about your potential allegiances?
Yes, Harper's.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go with the Harpers as well.
Brothers.
Okay. So, you guys are also kind of in the know about, like, some of the signs that you were shown, symbols that would indicate a source of information, not exactly a safe house, but a place where you can leave messages and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like thieves' cant for the Harpers.
It's not nearly as extensive as thieves' cant, but
they have a special code of signs and words and people to
right.
talk to, drop boxes. Yeah.
Okay, so now that I know that you guys are going with the Harpers. So Xavier, you were saying something about getting more information?
Yeah, he's asking a lot of questions, and so I'm telling him that I am waiting until we decide if we want to go back and get more information before I divulge anything else. I told him the general area and what I saw, and that's all he needs to know at the moment.
Well, if you could either better describe this building where this half-dragon creature entered, or part of the city that it's in, then perhaps I may be able to use my contacts around town to discover more information about the activities of this person, or at least the activities that are occurring around the individual.
I don't think we actually talked about specifics about the building, so I don't think I would actually know, because I just went in and looked at the guy and then left.
That's true.
So,
you didn't ask any questions about kind of what it looked like or any identifiable stuff, so.
I'll get you the information as soon as I get back over there.
Of course, it is your mission, but this is my city, and I do worry about the potential of half-dragon is quite honestly terrifying. And I do hope that we are able to rid the city of, if not the world, of this creature.
I agree.
But yes,
I'm sure he's not planning on staying if it makes you feel any better.
actually, that does make me feel better.
All our information points is that this cult following is supposed to be moving north. Probably with the next caravan, but we don't know if they're actually going with this one or the one after.
Well, I can have all of my men keep an eye out for any sort of, well, particularly unusual or particularly sneaky sort of activities in the area. If they are planning on traveling with the caravan to the north, they will be passing through here. That much you can rest assured.
Is there only one road from here to the north?
Indeed, there is.
So if we do travel as caravan guards with this caravan, and we discover that the dragon cult are not with us on this caravan, when we reach, where are we going?
North.
North to
Neverwinter.
Northern.
Looking for Neritar.
Well,
Caravans make their way from Baldur's
if we get a
Waterdeep.
if we get certain way north and we discover that the cultists are not with our caravan, we can always desert our post and then move south until we run into them.
But then we would leave the people we're guarding guardless, and who knows what could happen to them.
Well, that's not my primary mission.
Tavia is correct. It would not reflect well on me or on yourselves should you simply leave a caravan after accepting employment as guards.
So how far are we hired to? Waterdeep?
You will be hired as far as your employer wishes to go.
Just go. Did we find out how far we were going?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Wasn't in the contract.
Indentured
Could have been.
servants for the rest of
Could
your
have been
lives.
a. Well, he was paying us by the day, so if we get to Daggerford, we can say we're done,
Yep.
and then we can travel back south. Or where is Daggerford? Waterdeep? Where are we at? We're just
We're in
at
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's.
You are at Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we could go as far as Dragonspear, and if we don't have anyone, if we feel like the cultists aren't with our caravan, we can always go to Dragonspear and make our way back, perhaps with another caravan.
Who's gonna stop us, right?
That's right. We're our
This
own
way.
in. Sorry.
The Green Imsa has said her destination is Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
So at least some portion of the caravan will be traveling all the way from Baldur's Gate up towards Dragonspear, past Daggerford to Waterdeep.
And Celebon, I assume we're going the coast way and then the trade way.
That is the normal route for caravans headed north. There are no good roads any closer to the coast. And traveling in the wilderness is even more dangerous than traveling the roads.
But to put Celebon's mind at ease, perhaps we should hood up and just give him more information about this dragon guy in town.
I'm all for that. But
Are we leaving in the morning, Celebon?
I do not believe that any caravan has reached a sufficient size to set out that quickly. I know of a few merchants and travelers who are making preparations, but usually it is a group of at least 8 or 10 wagons and the accompanied guards and travelers who make their way at a single trip. So I do not believe that anyone will be setting out on the morrow.
So me and Chesco are with, what's our guy's name?
Simmerdag.
Your guy's name is
Simmerdag.
Simmerdag.
And then Caden, no, Xavier and...
No, I haven't signed up with anybody.
Okay, so
Caden hasn't either.
But
Aravan's by himself right now? With the blue chip?
Aravan and Green IMSA. He's the only
green?
one, but
Yeah, Green.
Aravan's got to meet with Imsa tomorrow morning to let her know yes or no.
So he's not signed up officially.
We may have to go with you to find out when Sammerdag wants to leave. I'm not sure we know. We're such good caravan
where
guards.
you're going, how long you're going to be.
We don't have any paperwork. We don't have.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where we are?
You embrace the plate, which is what's important.
Numa, I'm beginning to understand why Imsa was upset with your presence.
It's my first contract.
You have to start somewhere. I mean, Numa's been a prisoner most of his life. What does he know?
But if we have a couple of days before they leave, I say we do some recon on this house with the dragon guy. And then who knows? Octavia might actually be hired by the dragon cult to be their caravan guard. Won't that be fun?
I do like dragons. Some dragons. Some dragons I don't like.
Who among our party actually fit in the city? Like dress-wise?
Baldur's Gate is a very metropolitan sort of place. No one particularly stands out. There's not like there's kind of a normal dress, but seeing someone who doesn't fit, the normal look is not unusual.
Okay.
Numa doesn't fit.
He's shirtless.
I don't know.
He doesn't fit.
That's just my training photo. That's my.
That's
how.
That's on 50 pounds.
That's for my auditions. I'm sure I'm well robed as a monk right now. Didn't I get I did get a robe somewhere.
Just up to you if you put it on.
Yeah, I think.
Well.
Even. Anyway.
I'm
sorry.
Gonna try to go back, hide in the shadows, and tail that. I guess I can stake out that building and then follow them if they leave somewhere.
Do you wish for any of us to follow you for backup, should a confrontation ensue?
Probably, but I don't know how well, if we're trying to stay hidden, I don't know how well some of the more heavily armed folk would be. Chesko, Ken, Numa, what any of you feel up to being stealthy and or possibly faking joining the cult if need be?
I will not join the cult. I will be as sneaky as possible. I'll even act like a Hare Krishna on the sidewalk, but I will not join the cultists.
Look how excited you guys are for this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If it comes to that. But only if it comes to that.
Yeah, that would not be playing to Caden's strengths. So
You guys were really convincing last time we met the cultists. I mean, they accepted you with open arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just hope for round 2 on that, right?
Just grow some hair out on your chin and they won't even recognize you.
Sounds like a plan. Chesko, if you want to follow me, that might be the best bet.
Oh, lead the way.
And I'll say, look to the party and say, with your leave, we'll head out.
Aravan is going to cast Hunter's Mark on Xavier.
That's fine.
Letting him know that, at the very least for the next hour, Aravan's going to be a little more aware where his location is. Or at least being able to track him.
Okay.
Come to it.
Fine.
Mark,
I've been... Yeah, and you're marked. Alright.
get a big red arrow over here.
Bling, 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 bling. So with that, I go ahead and start heading back into the city and just kind of trying to blend in and head back towards Building 43 area.
Okay.
Province 43.
Province 43.
And is Chesko going with you, or are you just
Yes, he
setting
is.
off on your own?
Chesko's coming with me.
All right. So again, you make your way back through the gates of the city, and again, because you're not really transporting anything, you pass fairly quickly through the various checkpoints.
I still got my receipt.
You do. And as you get back into the lower city, you see it's getting into the afternoon, and the bustle is picking up a little bit towards the end of the workday. And you figure you've been away for, call it 4 hours, since you followed the palanquin to the building. And you fairly quickly make your way back. It takes you, say, 15 minutes to make your way from the outer gate of the city through the upper town into the lower city, and then another 10 minutes or so to make it over to where the building you left was.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go a slightly different... Once I know the area I'm in, I'm going to go to a different alleyway and just take a slightly different path and try to get a different angle on that door from where I was last time.
And in this part of the town, you can see that, it's one of those places where the streets and the houses have just kind of grown up everywhere. There's no order to it, so it's not like you have regular streets and alleys. So it's very difficult to actually find another spot that looks onto that one alley, other than like stand across the road from it and just stare. So you don't really find anywhere that you can kind of stay in hiding and observe that alley.
And the place I came up to it before was just kind of out in the open, right?
Yeah, you were just kind of walking down the street, and you kind of leaned up, again, kind of across the road, and just loitered there for probably no more than 45 seconds, watching the palanquin stop, the figure get out and dart into a door, and then the guards or the carriers followed him or her in.
And they just left the palanquin on the ground?
They did.
Okay. I guess I'll just casually walk back down that section of road and see if the palanquin is still there.
And when you get there, it is no longer there.
I'll whisper that to Chesko. His palanquin is no longer there. He might
Xavier,
be...
where even are we? Where have you led us?
I point to the door that I saw the dragon guy go in last time and say, that door right there is where he went in.
How do you point?
With his finger.
No, I'll...
His middle finger. There's your fucking...
That's your door right here.
I'll take my left hand as we're walking, and I'll kind of push my cloak a little bit from the back, and kind of just point to the right side direction.
Okay.
As we're walking.
So you're not like standing there talking and then reaching your arm out going...
No.
There.
I'm just...
Okay.
I'm being sly about it.
I just wanted to be sure.
Probably best you didn't take me with you.
Oh, that door? Let me go look at it.
Nails a
And
sign to the front. This
Chesko,
one.
as you pick up on the general direction he's indicating, you can't actually see a door. Like, you see an alley, and especially in the afternoon light, it's getting fairly dark in that alley.
Oh no.
The light, the houses are pretty close on either side, and you think maybe you see like a deeper recess, or maybe a door might be.
Well, shall we knock?
Seems like a good a plan as any to me. Do I notice any distinguishing marks about the door that I saw him go into?
Not about that door, no, because again, from where you're standing at this moment, you can't actually see it.
Okay.
However, the building that it's connected to seems to have a large sign on the front.
Okay.
The sign has no words, but it is a crest. And give me a second to grab a picture of it.
Ooh.
It's done basically in black, with like a little bit of silver kind of inlay, or at least a silver colored inlay. You figure it's probably more like 10 or something.
All right then.
Okay, let's see if this. Okay, it's not too ridiculously crazy.
Redirect notice. Okay.
So it looks kind of like that, but no crown.
Okay, so two-headed phoenix.
So, shall I knock or you?
I don't know. How are you with words?
How are you with armor class?
Yeah, dictionary.
I don't think we're quite suited for a frontal assault.
Actually, I don't know. Hold on. Oh yeah, +0. The ladies love me.
I'll go first. I will go and knock on the door.
Okay. And as you knock, nothing seems to happen for a minute or two. You still just waiting?
Yeah, I'll knock again, slightly louder.
After you knock the second time, you hear some stomping, and the door opens just a crack, and a gruff voice sounds from behind, says, "We don't want any beggars here. Leave."
I'm not begging, sir. I'm looking for work.
Like I said, no beggars. Leave.
Can I peek in the doorway just to kind of see through the crack?
There's like, basically there's a guy, or what looks like the very thin slice of a guy, standing there blocking any sort of view inside the door.
I look back to Chesko. Well, I'll just say to him, Dragon Cult, and see what he does.
He slams the door in your face.
I wanna.
Well, that was
I
nice.
join your cult, please.
Wait, what?
Well, okay, that didn't work.
People aren't very friendly in this town.
No.
I warned you of going around alleys.
Shh, you're not there.
say.
Is there any windows? No windows?
Not on the side of the alley where you guys are. Again, the front of the building seemed like maybe it was the front of a business or something. You know, it had the kind of the sign with the crest out front. It doesn't appear to be like a shop. Like there's no goods on display. But you could like see through the windows, and there's just kind of a few desks. You know, it had that look of a place of business.
How tall is the building?
3 stories.
Are there any windows on the second story above the door where I just knocked?
There are a couple of smallish windows. It's basically 3-story buildings on either side of this little narrow alley. So there's not a great view over there, but it looks like there's a couple of maybe rooms that have like a window for. And as you are looking up at this, a smell hits you of stale urine and feces, and you figure that may very well be the window they empty the chamber pots out of.
So the objective here is really to get them to let us join them, right?
I figured it would help.
Okay, so who are they all about? Bahamut or Tiamat?
Probably Tiamat.
Okay. So I am gonna just start ranting and raving like in the streets loudly about how amazing Tiamat is and how I want to give my life over to Tiamat, loud enough for them to hear me inside.
I'm gonna actually, as he's doing that, I'm gonna activate the cloak, and I'm gonna take a few steps away from him and try to hide in the shadows, and just watch.
I want to exhibit my complete fanaticism.
Okay.
Oh,
This is
Tiamat, your scales
Things
are
you
so
didn't expect
hard
to happen.
and slick, and God, they're kind of sexy, and
Okay.
I'm gonna oil your scales.
yeah, God, yes.
As you start just raving in the middle of the street.
I haven't shaved either by like the start of this adventure. I'm wild man right now.
Yeah,
so.
you hear like kind of the hustle and bustle that had been going on around you. And this wasn't a particularly busy street or anything. You know, there's been a few people walk past, but nothing ridiculous. But
In the bedroom.
you realize that there's no more traffic. Everyone seems to be like staring at you. And as you continue to rave and you look around, you see that some of the windows from like across the street, because I assume you're not in the alley, you've actually gone out into the street in front of the building.
Oh yeah.
You see people like staring down at you and this performance you're putting on.
Do we need to roll for this?
You do need to roll for this.
Okay. Skills. Is there a Oh, there is a performance.
I mean, last time didn't you look up like dragon poetry, bad dragon poetry?
Yeah, the one I
Interpretive dance.
failed that one time around the rounds. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, I had to recite the next line and it didn't go well. Okay, here we go.
Okay, it's a little rough, but you certainly feel a little mad doing this, and that sense of commitment comes through, and you get the distinct impression that people around you think you're insane. And how long are you going to do this?
I mean, let's give it 15 minutes.
Okay. There is no response whatsoever from the building that you think you're trying to get attention from. However, there are 2 sets of guards who come walking down the street from either side of you, and they come up to you and basically just tell you to shut the hell up and come with them.
Anything you say.
That's,
I come
that's
to
how
my
you're-
senses and look around and come. Well, then I don't see Xavier.
I'll, as I see the guards coming, I'll pull the hood down and I'll try to run out and intercept them if I can.
Are you trying to intercept the guards?
Yeah, or actually rather, I'd like to try to, like, grab and shake Chesko as he's doing his ranting thing as the guards are coming up.
Okay.
I'll say, brother, what did you eat? You're spouting craziness.
Make me a performance check.
we're in the shit, man.
We're gonna have to kill him.
We're gonna have to kill all the guards.
How else to better display our commitment?
Oh Lord.
Well, that's a thing.
Oh
yeah,
God.
that's.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Okay. No, I was saying killing the guards to show your commitment.
Okay.
Roll.
Now they're literally murder hobos.
I haven't murdered anybody yet.
We're the murder hobos now.
I will defend
Okay.
myself.
So, the first pair of guards walks up and sees Xavier, who doesn't look particularly that much like Chesko, being a half-elf or being an elf and a human, saying, "Brother, what did you eat?" And they kind of look at you and go, "What's going on here? What is this madman doing?"
I don't know. We were just at the inn down the road, and I think he ate some bad food or something, and now he's spouting all these lies.
We were told there was some madman here trying to summon Tiamat from the Nine Hells.
I agree. It's craziness. He must need medical attention.
So you know this man.
Yes, we were in the orphanage together.
Well, get him out of here. It's causing a disturbance.
Yes, right away.
If I see you two again, I'm throwing you in the little cells.
Thank you very much. I'll make sure that he's taken care of.
He allows you to lead Chesko away.
I wrap Chesko around the shoulder and slowly walk him out.
Whew. Well, that didn't go as expected, but you know.
Okay, I need you guys to make me perception checks.
Certainly. And as we're walking, since I didn't see the palanquin, I'm going to be looking for that palanquin if I can. As we're walking back through the the poor district.
Okay. So, as you guys are heading back, you both know that you've drawn a lot of attention to yourselves, and you're trying to keep an eye out. And as you're leaving, Chesko, you look back, and Xavier kind of quickly follows your glance, and you see 4 relatively nondescript humans, or what look like humans, kind of coming out of that alley and making their way down the same street that you're leaving.
Or do they have weapons drawn, or are they just hanging out?
They seem to be trying to be nonchalant, but you do see that They seem to have unusual bulges under their tunics.
Do any of them look familiar to me? From the last
The bulges
time
or
I
the
saw
people?
No, the people.
No, they do not
They,
seem
okay.
familiar.
They don't look like the porters.
No.
Okay.
Well, Xavier, do you want to slow down and?
I'll
this might be your
whisper.
chance.
Do you want to ask questions, or do you want to try to take one of them out?
Let's just slow our roll and see what happens.
All right, we'll kind of slow our pace and just. I'll start looking at wares if there's any around.
Okay.
We allow them to catch up.
They also slow. They close a little bit, but they also slow down.
They're tailing us. Perhaps if we
Do we
give
want to find
ourselves
a dark alley?
yeah, or I was gonna say a public place with with a dark corner in it, maybe a inn or a pub nearby.
Are we
Perhaps
walking in the direction of the Lion Inn?
You tell me.
We probably would have walked straight from there to the dock, so towards 48.
Okay, if you're headed towards 48, you are heading towards the Lion Inn. The Lion Inn is around 26.
Okay. So, I'll whisper back to Chesko. I do know of an inn that's just a little bit down the road.
Fair enough.
And so I'll say, brother, how about we go get a drink?
That sounds excellent.
This way. I know of a fine tavern. And I'll start heading towards the Lion Inn.
Okay.
Keeping, I guess, an eye behind me?
All right, you guys make another perception check. Okay. It's especially coming down towards supper time, at the end of work. It's a lot more crowded around the docks, and particularly the Lion Inn. It seems to be a popular place. It's close to the docks. It's got good beer and good food, so it is quite busy at this time of day. And as you get closer, you're trying to you're obviously not trying to be sneaky, but you are trying to kind of keep an eye out for the people following you. And as you get closer to the lion, you check back, and you can only see 2 people you think you recognize from the group of 4 that were following you.
Is there any way we can get a table big enough for more than just us?
Is there any room in
Oh,
there?
if you're going to go inside the inn, you can certainly ask for a table.
I'll say, bartender, can we get a table, please?
I sit wherever you like.
So I guess we'll find a relatively medium-sized table, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two.
Most of the tables
ribs.
kind of along the walls have already been taken. There's a few booths that seem to have regulars, and there's basically 2 large common tables in the middle of the room that there are several empty chairs along one end of one of them, but there's no table for 4 that's sitting off to the side somewhere.
Okay. I'll go and sit at the end, and I'll point to the other side for Chesko, and I'll keep an eye on the door.
Likewise.
Bartender, 2 ales, please.
And as you guys are sitting there and the bartender brings your ales over, you notice that one of the men that you're sure was in that group walks in, kind of stops and looks around, and you see him like spot you two and kind of like give a slight jump because he sees you looking at him, and like immediately head off to a mostly crowded table on the other side of the common room, where he kind of shoulders his way in and sits down where he's got a view of the two of you.
I lean over to Chesko. Do we want to invite him over for a drink? Or should we wait for more?
I think that sounds like a good plan. Maybe let's send one his way.
So when the barkeep, or has the barkeep already brought our drinks?
Yes,
Okay.
you have your ales.
Bartender, can we get another drink for that gentleman that just walked in? He's a colleague of ours.
And the bartender, I mean, you're sitting relatively close to the bar. The bartender just kind of looks up and it's like, another ale? Sure.
Yeah, put that one down.
And he sets it down on the bar and says, there you go.
All right.
Awkward. Okay. I take the ale and place it in a blank space near our table and look toward the stranger.
He is furiously not looking at you.
And I was hoping we could see each other, and I could do like the head nod thing and like, hey,
As you
hey.
as you sit there and kind of like watch
this
him,
is how they pick up girls at the bar.
He
Or
occasionally-
cultists,
he occasionally looks up and sees you staring and immediately looks away again. But one of the times when he kind of glances up and you see him, you give like the little nod, and he once again goes to just looking away.
I think we might have to be a little bit more direct, Chesko.
Mm-hmm. Shall I try the plate trick again?
Well, I figured we'd just pick him up out of his chair and sit him next to us.
That'll work.
I'll go over there and I'll make friendly. I'll walk up behind him.
Okay.
And
You walk up behind him, and he's like, while not trying to look like he's watching you, he is watching you.
Oh.
And he sees you coming over, and he clearly is bracing for something.
While Xavier is walking over, I also bring his ale, and by the time I make it over there, I drop the ale on the table directly in front of him and say, "Oh, I believe this is yours, friend."
He just kind of looks at you and says, I don't know what you're talking about, friend.
You're gonna refuse free ale, really?
I don't trust anyone who just offers a stranger a free ale.
I'll look to the rest of the crowded table and say, does that make sense to any of you guys?
And these people obviously are kind of uncomfortable at what's going on because they think something strange or, a fight or something is about to break out. And they just kind of look at you and kind of, no, no, not really.
I lean into the guy and I say, "Listen, we know you've been following us. Either you can talk to us peacefully now and sip the drink I just offered you, or we can make sure that this is not going to end well for you."
And he kind of takes a gulp and says, "No, there's no need for threats, friend. I wanted to be left alone. But since you're so insistent, I guess I will have a seat."
We've all had a long day at work. Come, drink with us.
And he gets up, and the other people at his table are perfectly okay with getting this away from their table, and no one really says anything. So he gets up and follows you back to your table.
I'll sit down next to him and say, "So, why the shadow?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
The misdirection. We're not stupid here.
I don't know nothing.
Insight check, please.
Okay.
This guy's good.
This guy's real good.
All
I'm
our
good
ideas.
at knowing nothing.
He actually he's got a great poker face. You ain't getting nothing from him. About the only thing you pick up is that he's probably got experience pretending to be really stupid under interrogation.
I'm assuming that you saw my friend's display earlier.
I don't know nothing.
Were you not impressed?
By what?
By my encyclopedic knowledge of my one and only god, Tiamat.
I don't know nothing about no Tiamat. And
What
as
do
you're
you know things about?
as you're saying this, like the people around you, like it's a noisy bar. It's not like you're having this conversation in a cone of silence or anything. But you do get a couple of quick funny looks.
Mm.
About how many people are in the tavern?
You can see probably 40.
Well, bartender, put a round on the house. A round for the house on me.
Yeah, your initial
All of a
request
sudden-
was give me free beer.
everyone around the room kind of stops and looks at you and sort of like, hey, all right, okay. And the bartender says, I'll see the money up front and I want to know why.
So I've already talked. Is this the same bartender that I talked to before?
Yes.
Okay. I'll walk up to him. I'll hand him the coin, however much it is. And
Let's see. He figures up at 3 silver an ale for 40 people. He's just going to round it up and call it 5 gold.
Okay. I hand him the 5 gold, and I say,
Actually, that would be more like 10 gold, sorry.
"That's fine."
Mr. Big Spender.
As I hand him the 10 gold, I say, "This fellow and 3 of his friends were following us, and we're just trying to get some information. I'm sure you understand." In a whisper, or low.
He just looks at you and says, if there's any trouble, I don't take sides, I just get it out.
I understand. Do you have a quiet place we might be able to get away from
Fuck this
ears?
guy up.
I have the stable out back.
That'll do.
You have a woodshed, maybe?
I'm not letting you in my kitchen.
That's fine. I appreciate it. We won't cause a ruckus. Thank you for your time. And I walk
He
back
just
to
kind
the
of
table.
nods, and he's clearly not particularly happy about this.
So, where were we? As I sit back down.
And the bartender, as you go to sit back down to try to kind of smooth this over with the rest of the crowd, basically says, your new patron just came into some money and is celebrating. So, everyone, cheers! And they are like, ah, yeah! And then there's a crowd going up to the bar to get their new drinks.
As the crowd's moving, I'm grabbing this guy and I'm pulling him towards the back.
I'll take the other arm.
Okay.
So once we get out of earshot of everybody else, I'm just gonna have a casual conversation with him.
All right, so you take him through a like the door where the guy would normally. The bartender's distracted at this point, and you manage to march this guy through the kitchen out the back door. And because there are some people in the kitchen, and
Sir, ma'am.
Afternoon.
as you take him through the back door, you can see there is a stable yard, not a very big one, behind the bar or the tavern, and you're marching into it. There are no horses in it currently.
So,
In fact, the more you think about it, the more you look at it, it looks more like just maybe at one point it had been a stable. Now it's more just kind of a warehouse.
okay.
As it occurs to you, you haven't seen a horse on the streets at any point.
At one point, right. So, now that we don't have prying eyes and listening ears, let's get down to copper tax. What do you want? We're looking for work, or shall we say, extracurricular activities.
And he once again pulls the I don't know nothing routine and refuses to answer any questions. And as you're, giving him the third degree, trying to figure out what the heck he knows, you hear some footfalls coming up behind you. And when you turn around, you see the three other individuals that you thought were following you, making their way into the backyard of the Lion Inn. They made just enough noise that they gave themselves away before they got the jump on you. But there are now three other people who have kind of taken up positions around you, and one of them looks at you and says, "Now what have we here?"
I draw my bow and point it at the other guy's head and say, "Not so fast."
And as soon as you draw a bow, two of the men flanking either side draw small crossbows and just point them directly at you. And the guy you were questioning, that you've turned your attention away from, kind of steps up right behind you and has a dagger pressed up against your back. And the one who spoke before says, now, we were told to come and find you and ask some questions.
Good.
Since you're in such a talkative mood, why don't you answer our questions?
Can we do one and one?
That's
So
not how
ask.
this game works.
Fine.
Why were you outside my master's house raving about the evil god Tiamat.
He's just the best.
We had to do something to get your attention.
Oh, you've certainly got our attention.
It worked.
The question is, what do you want? Why did you come to our house?
To find like-minded brothers and sisters.
Ah, friend, I'm afraid you're not going to find any like-minded brothers or sisters among our kind.
Our kind? Do you mean humans or what?
Now, see, there you go, asking more questions. You're supposed to be answering my questions.
Well, ask a good question.
Like I said, why did you come to my master's house?
You're critiquing his questions.
We're looking to join whatever it is that you guys are doing.
And just what do you think it is we're doing?
We've heard rumblings, some whispers that there's a group of cultists moving to the north with lots of treasure. I could always use more coin.
And you thought that coming to the house of Xander was a way to get it.
Oh, no, you guys are being so discreet. We had to do something to draw you guys out.
You're not from around here, are you, friend?
Look at my face. Do I look like I'm from around here?
No, you don't.
Yes, I got a question in. No, I'm not from here.
And I'm sorry to say that you won't be here for much longer.
Oh, we're going
I think it's time for you guys to come with us.
Oh, will we be able to see your master and talk to someone in a civilized manner?
In a way of speaking, sure.
Oh, fantastic.
And the one with the knife kind of prods Chesko in the back and says, "All right, friend, bow down and move."
I sure hope you're not going to walk through the city with your arms out, are you?
You'd be surprised what we do.
Ooh, I like the way you work.
And you guys are awesome. I put away my bow.
Okay. And with one of them leading the way, staying a good 15 to 20 feet in front of you, and the other three following behind you, fairly closely, just out of arm's reach, but close enough to make sure that nothing funny happens. They take you out of the alley or the backyard and turn you immediately back into the city, away from the docks. And they start leading you. They basically never manage to take a main thoroughfare. They continue to dodge from alley and walkway to, side passage, and before very long, you really have no idea of where you are.
Just for grins and giggles, how loud do you have to speak a verbal component of a spell?
You can whisper it.
I could get us in trouble right now. Okay.
I think you're already in trouble.
No, we got this.
So
Yeah. I'll save that for
the guy continues to lead you down these various side passages, and eventually you end up, after probably 20 minutes of walking, in a very narrow and dark alley between some fairly run-down buildings. And the one who's been leading the way this entire time turns around and he's got a knife drawn. And the speaker says to you, "Well, friends, looks like you're going to get your chance to have a civilized conversation at last. Give my blessings to the gods." And everybody roll initiative.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
How did you see that coming?
That an hour has gone by since this happened.
Yeah, it's been at least an hour.
Is this everyone?
Chesko.
Unfortunately, no. It's Chesko and Xavier.
Well, good, because I rolled a 1.
Well, what about your hunter's mark? Can't you like signal or do you have telepathy?
No,
That,
you just know
that ends
it's...
after an hour.
Help! I'm in danger.
Octavia, Numa, Caden,
Oh, we
don't
didn't
worry.
give him a time limit how long we were going to be gone either.
Fine.
No, we really didn't plan this out.
No, it's a terrible plan.
I'm glad you guys finally realized that.
Don't worry. We got this.
Yeah, everything's still fine. We're good.
Okay, well now I have to find a map of a narrow alley somewhere, because that's part of the adventure.
Draw one.
Yeah. Just put us somewhere in
Take 2
between
lines.
Dragon Spear and Daggerford, and we'll be all right.
Get a picture of Allie's face, please.
No. What? We're fighting between our eyes? I stab you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay,
That'd be weird.
for our purposes, let me draw some. Basically, there's one end of the alley. You got about that much room. You guys see those lines?
Yes, this is fine.
Wait, the cartoon? Oh, no, that was the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Wait, where are you posting it?
Oh, sorry.
It's a secret map.
Ah! Okay. Oh. Ooh. Alright. Damn, I should have done what I was thinking of doing. You could have saved us.
You still can.
Well, no, I didn't say I was going to do it, but...
Okay, there we go.
Just to save you guys. I mean,
I can't go back on it.
There we go. That's better.
I got this wonderful mage hand that's invisible that can take objects from people. I was
So your plan was to rob these guys who were going to kill you?
I was gonna make them. I was gonna take all of their weapons away from them as we were walking. But
That certainly would have been an interesting skill check.
yeah, no, I'll take your dagger. I'll take your crossbow.
They'd be like, now you can have a civilized. Wait, what?
What?
Huh?
He pulls out
Looking
like,
for
a chicken
these?
leg.
I was wondering where that went.
Man, they got us surrounded good, dude. What's our safe word?
So have you guys got any ideas what you want to do for backup characters yet?
Oh, I've got like 4. Don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So the talker is the actual character looking one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's see. I've got to get these guys added to. Oh yeah, I did this wrong. I got to get them added to the combat tracker first. There's one of them. Oh, oh. Okay, you can go away now. You can go away.
Remember, Xavier, I have fog cloud,
Oh, that's good.
so we could just fog bomb this place and run away.
Batman out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, no, let me add this. Yep, because I got to do that. That's why. Okay.
Okay.
Now, get rid of these again. As you know.
I can't get rid of my line.
You did it. You killed him.
That was weird. Okay, thank you.
Great job.
Ah! Haha! I take their loot.
Success. See, it was no problem.
Okay. Now we're ready.
Okay.
Okay. So, first person to go is Chesko.
Excellent. So I size up the bandits versus the bandit captain. Like, is the captain, like,
He's clearly more badass than the bandits.
clearly more badass? Okay. And where the bandit number 1 is that backing up to, like, a dead end?
Yes.
Shit. Okay. What weapons are they wielding?
Okay, so the first bandit.
Theo, surprise.
Malice.
Two of them have daggers. Bandit 1 has a scimitar, and Bandit 2 and 3 have daggers.
Okay, so no missile weapons.
Yet. We know
Well,
about
they've-
crossbows.
You know that at least Bandit 2 and 3 had crossbows.
There's a couple guys on the roof with rocket launchers.
Right?
And they
Be careful.
paid some kid that if you get too close to the wall, he'll slash your ankles.
All right, I'm actually gonna target the one by himself
Bandit 1.
with my what's it called?
Your new force bow?
Yeah, longbow of force. There we go.
All right.
Use the blaster rifle.
Right.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Kadoosh.
Okay.
And does that have any additional effects?
No.
No, it's just
Okay, so no pushback or anything. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, in that case, I will shift to this position.
All right.
And if I had the combat tracker open, there we go. I will end my turn.
So I'm not sure I
Did
actually had it on your turn yet.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Or now you
And
your turn.
next.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And the one wielding the scimitar that you just shot with this strange non-arrow thing is going to charge towards you. And he is going to attack. And he's going to miss. Xavier.
All right. So, what I'm going to do is I will move 5 foot, and then I am going to hit these guys with a color spray. It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
So
That will hit all 3 of them.
And then I just gotta do the not the running man. I have to roll 60-10. Oh, I don't think this spell is actually built for straight rolling, is it?
I'll say, I think it should just auto roll for you, hopefully.
Alright, so that should be...
You've got them all targeted, and you click the cast.
Which is the effect button? Which button's the cast
Color
button?
spray.
Yeah.
No, not the effects. I think that just applies it.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just roll the 60-10.
Tell you what, this is an excellent time to take our break,
Ah!
and we will look up the effects of color spray and see how we can implement it.
Okay.
So exciting.
So, be right back.
Chesko and Xavier, the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
So who's
How
Robin?
will their lives end? Coming up next.
I think technically I've been alive longer, so I have more combat experience, so Chesko is.
Yeah.
And you are stealthier, and Chesko is more flamboyant.
I am the Dark Knight. That went terrible.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Literally
my
the
whole
worst.
character's built around fake it till you make it, and
Sometimes you don't make it.
yeah, there's a lot more faking it than making
Instead of
it.
you yelling in the street, I should have tried to break into the building. That might have helped.
I
We
kind of
all-
saw it like the equivalent of like going out front of a meth house and just start singing and dancing about meth. Like, hey,
Pretty
you guys want to
much.
let me in now?
Matt is my best friend.
It's like, no, we want you dead to stop drawing attention to us.
There's meth in the house over here. That's like yelling, fuck the police in front of the police station. That's great.
But without that, we wouldn't have had this bonding experience right before we die.
We are. Oh no! Come on! You just about killed that guy with one arrow.
Yeah, almost.
Don't worry. We're gonna blind these guys, and then we're gonna beat them up, and we're gonna take that other guy captive.
Yeah.
Be like, see, you need us in your group. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep. Be right back.
Divine Smite. So how did your Divine Smite thing work?
Oh, I was just going to see as far as casting it.
It should just be it's hard because you have to deduct it based on the hit points of the creature.
Yeah. So those ones, I don't know. You might just have to roll the dice.
That's what I was thinking.
And he would tell you, I think.
Yeah, because he's going to allocate it from
Yeah.
affecting in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring the conscious creatures. Right, so lowest hit points to highest hit points. Blinded until the spell ends. I see. I don't know how to modify these spells or any.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Everybody back?
I think so.
The important one.
So, in the middle of this combat, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Meanwhile,
So
we're
it's
back on the ranch.
It's been over an hour.
Yes, it's definitely been over an
just
hour.
hanging out, kind of close to the north gates, just waiting for any kind of sign of them coming back.
It's not the
looking for
next
any
morning, is it?
Dragon cultists. No, I think it's still the same day.
It's been an hour. They're probably dead. Oh well. Don't send a search party or anything.
News is, before my spell ran out, they were still alive at the very least.
No, it is not the next morning. It's been maybe an hour and 30 minutes.
I'm almost out of
Well, now that the
Nothing.
ham's gone, I will work on the turkey. No.
Jesus.
I'm just resting, I guess. We're just kind of hanging out. Because speaking, playing dice, you know. Waiting till morning to go talk to the green lady.
Waiting for our party members to come back with the information they were snooping about.
Yeah.
Guys, we found them. Oh, okay.
Also, kind of just waiting for Celebon to come back with information,
I'll take 35.
like, because he was kind of going out to see about if he could find out when the dragon cultists might be leaving or not.
Actually, Celebon's
We're having
waiting
a
on
nice,
Xavier to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all are.
We're having a nice, relaxing day.
I'm enjoying the scenery.
We're having an
Day
alley
off.
brawl, and you guys are all kicking back, eating
I'm
meat.
making a ring out of the ham bone.
Okay. Let's see.
So it works from the lowest amount of hit points to the highest, and then you subtract
Yes, it does.
from the total.
So, you managed to get those two, and you can go ahead and apply your blinded condition.
Alright, so I should be able to just hit that.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, you have successfully cast color spray.
Alright.
Nice.
Is that guy in the least bit affected by my color? No, he's not.
You can't tell.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll use the rest of my movement to flank this guy with Cheska.
All right.
That's it. Unless I can use a bonus action for something.
You got a bonus action. What can you do?
Dash, disengage, hide. I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Sweet. Skills.
Oh, that's so fun.
Website cannot be reached. Yep, that's me, baby. Except for I'm not wearing armor. Like that.
Okay.
That's my turn, and
All right, this guy wielding a dagger seems to just be like blindly gripping. He's using his free hand to try to clear his eyes, and he's basically just going to stand there. The bandit captain, however, the talkative one, is going to step up. Oh yeah, I have to do that. And he is going to make 2 attacks with his dagger.
So, spell ends. Why can't they just
I
say
have to
beginning
target
of my
something.
turn? It says 1 round, so is that the beginning of my turn or the end of my turn?
I'll say the end of your turn.
Okay. That's so confusing. Bad wording on that one. Sorry, Tesco. Should have got your back instead of your front.
You're good.
You're haughtier than I am, so. Oh.
Oh. I resent that.
I resent. We got
And
this, man.
once again, this bandit is just kind of like just trying to clear his eyes, can't see anything. All right. Chesco, you're up.
Okay. I switch to my. Let's see. I have a hand axe. I'll keep the short sword out. Okay. Switching to my short sword, I attack the same guy. And since he has taken damage, he takes Colossus Slayer damage as well.
Ooh. Slay that Colossus.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was excellent.
He looks to be in pretty rough shape.
And I'll stay where I am to maintain the flanking bonus.
Oh, did you roll with advantage to see if you crit?
He did not.
Oh shit. Oh well.
Yeah, you still almost killed him.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, there's a possibility.
Yeah, there's always a chance, right? Okay, here we go.
Nope.
No, not so much.
Okay.
Bendito.
So the bandit you stab once again swings wild at you, and he looks again like he's in a lot of pain. And the pain is clearly interfering with his ability to swing his sword. Xavier.
Kill him.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I kill him? Yeah, I'm gonna kill him since I'm standing behind him. I'm just gonna rapier his back. So we're gonna go like that, and we'll roll one of these. Yeah. I didn't do mine with advantage either.
That's a hit, but yeah, roll with advantage.
Yeah. Okay, either way.
Also a hit.
Alright, so now we do some damage. It's a 1d8 plus 4, plus some sneak attack, which I didn't write down. I think it's 2d6 at my level. Unless he's dead.
He is dead, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, 2d6. Alright, and then what I will do is I will move my whole map. Is I'm gonna come here and just flank besides Cheska. Help block off the area there.
All right.
Then, dragon.
Well, now that the 2 bandits can see, they come running up at the person who blinded them. He swings. He's very mad about that. And
Is the blindness still affecting him? I'm confused.
no, the blindness is not. It ended at the end of your turn.
No, I was. Well, I wasn't sure who was attacking who or what. Because Bandit 2 just hit Chesko.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake on my part.
Nice
that,
try.
Cheska.
I think we have the same AC, right? 15?
No, the problem is I described these guys as carrying daggers because that's what I had in my mind, but the normal one has them carrying scimitars. So I need to roll a 1d4, not a 1d6.
My AC is 14.
Oh, I'm the hottie one. Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Xavier, you're going to take 7 damage from Bandit 2.
Damn.
Does he crit
really
you?
didn't like that. Okay.
And now the big guy standing in front is going to take another couple of stabs at Chesko.
Oh, we're not even seeing the hit stuff on there anymore. Ooh, scary.
Well, the first one
Ow.
hit, and the second one missed.
Oh, okay. It's just not showing up anymore. That's weird.
Yeah, again, my apologies. I kind of screwed up my targeting and everything.
That's fine. Oh, Jesco, you alright, buddy?
And Bandit 3
I
also
felt
going to
worse.
run up
Also felt better.
and stab at Xavier.
Oh, I'm not level 5.
And that's a hit.
Oh, of course it is.
That's 4 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. Chesko.
So if I move backwards, that's gonna provoke opportunity
2.
Yes.
from 2 of them?
Yeah.
Balls. Looks like my bow's not gonna be much use. Firing with a bow at this range would also provoke opportunity, right?
No, just
No, it just imposes disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay. All right then. Yep. Then I guess I'm gonna go for.
I'm sure this looks comical.
Yeah.
You could use your action to disengage.
Yeah, but that's kind of crappy. With this many guys, well, I mean, we've evened the odds a little bit, but I don't want to lose an action. Okay, I'm going to target Bandit 3 with my short sword. And, yeah. Oh no, I did it twice. So, you're going to have to take the first one, I guess.
Just re-roll it.
Okay.
Advantage.
Why did that give me advantage? That's weird.
Did you check it from the last time?
Yeah, I double-clicked the button, so maybe that was what it was.
Well, that's a hit.
Yep.
I don't think he's been wounded yet, right?
No.
And as you're
He has
trying to
now.
avoid the scimitar or the dagger of the bandit captain, you kind of take that opportunity to stab out, and you drive deep into the gut of the bandit in the middle. Anything else you'd like to do?
I suppose not.
All right. Bandit 1 is again going to attack.
He's dead.
Oh, you're right. He is dead. He's not going to attack. He's going to let Xavier go.
Yay! Alright, well, it worked so well last time, I'm going to do it again. So I believe if I take one step back, I won't hit Chesko with it. So I'm going to disengage and then use another cone.
I think if you step there, it'll actually be easier to hit all three. And keep Chesko out of it.
Yeah, and more importantly, avoid me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use another color spray, and I will target
Go for it.
all three.
You don't need to target all three. I'll target the ones that it hits.
And 6. High numbers. 22. Probably not the captain.
Once again, the two minions seem to just be blinded. The captain is made of sterner stuff. Let's go ahead and apply your blinded condition.
Yep. Ah.
And is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back into the center of the alleyway, and that'll be my turn.
All right, he's once again blinded. So he just tries to kind of weave his dagger in front of him to make sure that he doesn't get hit. The captain, still focusing on Chesko, who's standing there in front of him, stubbornly refusing to die.
I wish I had attack spells. I'm sorry.
Automatic
Come on,
miss.
Chesko,
What?
just give him one.
Just give me.
And because I'm feeling generous, we'll say that you managed to, since you've got a short sword and he's got a dagger, you managed to bring your short sword down on his hand and knock the dagger out of his hand since he critically fumbled.
Nice.
Woohoo.
So he is done for this round, but he does draw his scimitar out.
Oh, well, shit.
Apologize to him.
Bandit
quick.
3 is also blinded. So Chesko, you're up again.
Okay. Continuing to wail on Bandit 3.
Does blinded give them melee attacks advantage, or just disadvantage on them attacking?
Ugh. Well, it rolled once, it appears.
Attack rolls against a creature have advantage. Cool.
If it's blinded, I think you get advantage on the attacks.
Yep.
Ah.
So that's a hit.
He's like,
Do I
gotta
need
be
to roll?
dead, right?
Yeah, well. There we go. Splat.
He is most definitely dead now. Once again, you run him through. And this time, you feel the sword exit his back. As you pull it back through, he just gurgles and falls.
Got no good movement, so that's that.
Xavier.
Alright, so just being where I'm at and that guy, I'm going to target Bandit 2, and I'm going to hit him with the longbow. With advantage because he's blinded. Natural 20. But it didn't keep. Really?
I'm not seeing the attack.
Yeah, I rolled it and it just disappeared. Son of a bitch. Alright, here we go. Alright.
19 still hits.
Yep. He takes a d8 plus 4 plus sneak attack, which is 2d6.
And he is dead.
Oh. Nice. And
I
then,
give Xavier a thumbs up.
and then I will move to flank with Bandit Captain, and I will tell him to. Do you think you could use us now?
He makes no response to you.
Of course he does. And that's it.
Okay. The bandit captain. Let me see here. Okay. So, bandit captain is going to step to the side right there. And with his scimitar, he is going to make his 2 attacks at Chesko. First one misses. Second one connects. Chesko takes 8 damage.
Jeez.
And he clearly is... He's taking you guys very seriously now. He's just staring at you, kind of... You know, he's weaving his sword like a professional, ready for any attacks.
Well.
So Chesko, you're up.
I tell him, looks like you've got at least 3 openings in your organization now. Obviously, we're strong enough to fill all of them between the 2 of us. Can I move there without provoking?
You can.
Okay, move there.
Yep, you never leave his threat range.
Aha. And have we actually hit him before?
He is...
I think he's untouched.
No, yeah, he hasn't been hit yet.
Yeah, unscathed. Okay.
You kept attacking the other guys.
Yep.
It's alright. That plan foiled too, Chesko.
Yeah.
We're just full of good plans today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be a successful attack so you didn't target him.
Provided yeah, like that? Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and you can keep that. Hang on a second.
Great.
Oh.
I had him
There we go.
targeted. Okay.
I know, I was trying to target him for you, and anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right. He has now been blooded.
Yay.
Oh, you didn't roll with advantage to see if you got a crit.
Drat.
Close.
Almost.
Close, but no. Xavier, you're up.
Damn. Oh, I hit. Hey!
That is a hit.
Alright. D8 plus 4 plus 2d6. Hey! 18 damage.
Okay, so I need to add that additional 11. All right. The bandit captain is looking a little wary now. That last stab of yours hurt quite a lot.
If I do
And-
my other actions, can I prepare a bonus?
I don't think you have to save and prepare an action. That could be a bonus action, but you can't like save a bonus between turns.
Okay. I ready a bonus action. I run.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, sorry.
Okay. This guy is, you can tell he's of 2 minds about this. You get the sense that he's very worried that if he lets you guys live, his employer will be upset. He's also worried that you guys might kill him.
So is it duty or life.
So he takes
Well,
another
his
couple of
employer
swings
might
at
kill
Chesko. But
Death or death.
Right.
that's going to be a hit.
Oh, he's going to try to take one of us out. Oh. Don't die, Chesko.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Luckily,
Don't die, Chesko.
Xavier is the cleric, right?
What?
Yeah, what'd you say, Ryan?
Luckily, we've got Xavier. Luckily, we've got Xavier the cleric.
Oh, yep.
Don't
true.
worry. I'm good at bandaging wounds. Oh, no.
Ready to give up now?
Are you ready?
So with two vicious attacks, he swings his scimitar and breaks through your defenses and cuts a deep rent across Chesko's chest.
Oh dear.
And seeing Chesko like wince in pain and then just start to fall, he spins around to face Xavier. So Chesko, unfortunately, you should make a death save.
Here we go.
You can't lose Chesko. He's too heroic.
Oh, there's one success.
I'll never die.
Xavier, your turn.
All right. Well, it's been working so great this
His
time.
legend will go on.
I'm going to use my last spell slot to do another color spray right in his face.
Okay.
So, I still have him targeted. 60, 10, 28, if he has more, than, or I guess less than 28, he gets blinded.
And as you're desperately hoping that this works, you realize that all of a sudden you can't see.
What? Oh.
Sorry. You realize that the bandit captain's eyes, he's blinking them while he's holding his defensive stance. You get the distinct impression he can't actually see you right now.
Okay. I will move around to his opposite direction as quietly as I can.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Yeah. And either way, uh, 12. Can I stand over Chesko to protect him from the vicious swipes of this guy?
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I'll do.
I'm just gonna move Chesko to right there, so we don't have any map conflict issues.
Yay.
So you were heroically standing over Chesko,
Yep.
guarding him. And the bandit captain swings wildly where you just were and does not make contact. And he begins to curse you and your damned magic. Chesko, I need a death save.
Already?
Every
I'm
turn.
making this quick, man. I'm making this quick.
I just made one.
Hey, don't. Hey.
And there's another one.
Stable.
You're almost alive.
I don't need a cleric. I got this.
Don't say
Xavier.
that. Yes. All right. I'm gonna. Since he's blinded, I'm gonna rapier him in the back. Yes.
That's a hit.
All right. Those, and I get sneak attack on this, right?
You do get sneak attack because he does not know where you are.
4. Probably not enough to kill him.
That is not enough to kill him. And this is
stand my
Oh,
ground.
go ahead.
There. No, that's it. That's for me.
okay. And as his eyes clear and he sees that you are no longer where he thought you were, he turns back around, curses you, and takes 2 swings at you. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Let me redo that.
Let me murder you real quick. Stand by.
Okay, well, either way, it was a hit.
Yep.
So the first attack hits, and it hurts. This guy is no joke.
Yeah.
The second attack misses.
It's a slugfest now.
Chesko.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Come on,
Here
you
we
just
go.
need one more success, and then you're stable.
One more in your stable.
Wake
Don't
up
jinx
awkwardly
it.
between your legs.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. Xavier. To save yourself and Chesko.
Yes.
You must kill him now.
I'm going to kill him. I hope.
Unless he rolls a 1 after this.
Oh,
then...
damn it. It started at the edge of the box instead of in the box. No! Oh, wait. I'm
Then
going to use
that's a
my
miss.
inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay.
I think it's worth.
Now's one of those times.
That's a hit.
Yes.
Alright, I don't get sneak attack. But I'll take 12 damage. Oh, he's not dead! That's
didn't
max
kill him.
damage.
He is not dead, but he is very, very injured.
I like to think that I poked him in his shoulder, like just.
I'll give you that. You stabbed him through the
As
shoulder,
you say the sound.
and you can tell that his good fighting arm is severely impaired now.
Nice.
But it is his turn.
Oh god. He goes into
And-
a rage. Ah!
Oh yeah, the combat timer is ticking. I should probably enrage him now.
He gets 3
But-
attacks. Oh god.
Oh. He is going to
His
attack you,
buddies show up.
and that's going to be a hit.
Oh no. Jeez.
Oh my god, this is insane.
Oh my god.
And here comes the second one.
Oh my god.
Oh, and it's a miss!
Oh,
Oh god. Oh god.
Chesko.
Come on, bud. Oh.
Don't roll a 1.
Oh. Stable.
Hey!
Stable.
You are stable. No more death saves for Chesko. Just possible permadeath.
Right. Okay, so what does this mean?
Look at that. You did
That
what
means you're not
Jackson
dying.
could
Means
not.
you're not dying.
Okay. Do I get any, like, a 1 HP back or something?
You actually roll me a d4.
That's.
D4. Huh.
In
Yeah,
1
like
hour,
that.
you will regain consciousness.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Don't worry. I can help with that. Maybe.
Xavier can hold him off that long.
I can hold him off for 1 hour. Alright, here we go. This is the die to end all die. Damn! No!
Oh god.
Well, Xavier
Oh,
used
yeah.
his inspiration, but Chesko and Erevan and Numa still have theirs.
Oh, do they? I thought I was the only one with the star.
Can I give him my inspiration from way over here? I'm sitting there like, man, I really hope they're doing okay.
I thought I used mine.
Inspiration is a metagame tactic. You can use it whenever, for whatever.
Yeah, I was
Octavia's
using.
sitting there picking at the last remains of her bones. Man, whatever they're doing, I hope they're doing good.
Come on,
Octavia, you don't have one.
Ah,
Chesko and Erevan and Numa
I am
do, though.
hoping. With
So I
all
can
my
give it-
heart-
You know, I was just thinking about using mine on my letter to Leosin,
That's a good use.
just to make sure he got it. You know. Yeah, heck yeah, I'll use it if it.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot kill. We can't leave our guys abandoned in this. I don't know, this pathway murdered by bandits. Good lord.
Dark Alley.
As long as he doesn't get 2 attacks with that damage.
This wasn't how I planned my heroic end, no.
Chesko
Okay,
cannot
so
die,
Chesko is
that's
using
right.
his inspiration. Xavier, feel free to re-roll that attack.
Hey, yes!
There you go.
Chesko saves the day again.
Just have to kill him.
I just imagine Chesko from his state of unconsciousness brings out his lantern and says, "I'll give you light."
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
I just collapse on the ground after I stab him through the heart and just look.
So as you used your rapier to weave an intricate pattern to try to distract him, and then lunge one last time, much like Inigo Montoya, the dagger pierces his side, and he collapses backwards. But instead of being, inspired by revenge for his father, he just sits there dead.
Is that a
Much like
children's
you're
choir
afraid
I
your
hear in
friend,
the background?
your friend Chesko, also appears to be just laying there dead.
It's the angels singing to Chesko, Ryan.
I
Clearly.
look to Chesko and just check his pulse and make sure he's still alive and stable.
He is alive and stable.
Alright, so I'm going to leave him there for a second, and I'm going to start dragging the bodies into the very far corner after taking everything out of their pockets and anything of worth.
Okay, well, since this was a completely unplanned combat, you find, let's say you find about 10 gold pieces between the four of them.
Hey, that paid for the drinks at the bar. Awesome.
And completely unplanned experience, yeah.
Right?
And you also get complete unplanned experience, we'll have to figure out later. So I can't just add it up on my head because there's multipliers for difficulty. And anyway,
Make it 3,000, we call it a day.
You reached level 6. Congratulations. What?
but amazingly enough, and luckily for you, one of the bandits,
That was
you find a
all
small
the
vial.
you did it.
Red liquid?
In that vial, there's a red liquid.
Oh, I think I know what this
You
is.
think you recognize it.
I'm gonna whatever
It's
it is,
blood.
I'm pouring it down Chesko's throat.
You unstopper it,
Wait,
and you sniff of it.
Wait!
I mean, is this really? I mean,
Smells sulfurous.
Too late.
let's test it on the almost dead guy.
No, I don't. Oh yeah,
What's he got to lose? Not much.
you're good.
And feel free to roll 1d4.
Me?
No, Xavier.
1.
And Chesko, even though you're unconscious, you feel 1 point of poison damage. No, you heal for 3 points.
Okay, thank you.
And you regain consciousness as an unfamiliar taste is coating the inside of your mouth. Kind of coppery. But it does seem to be bringing some life and vitality back into your limbs.
I look to Xavier and say, well, that went well.
Yeah. Well. Now how are we gonna get through the city without all the guards attacking us? Did
How
they
would
have
they attack?
cloaks or anything?
No, they were just kind of wearing nondescript kind of shabby clothing. Just like kind of common workers' clothing.
Why would the guards attack you?
Because we're covered in blood.
I mean, look at his face.
Look at my face.
It's just dumb, and I want to punch it.
So after we grab what we can, I'm gonna throw the black cloak that I pulled from the thieves' hideout and throw it around Chesko, and I'll assist them in, pulling up the hood and say, we need to move through the city as fast as we can, but not look conspicuous.
I hobble along and try to keep an arm on Xavier.
And I'll go ahead and just lift up the hood as well on my cloak, and we'll try to blend in. Walking
All right.
Try to get back to the group.
And at this point, I want you guys both to open up your character sheets.
Okay.
On the main tab,
Yes.
down at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see a thing that says HD, and it should have a die next to it.
Oh, yeah!
Mhm.
That's right.
We should do that.
We probably should do that.
So you want them to die? That seems rough.
I'm just saying, maybe at some point in that fight, healing yourselves would have been
You
handy.
get to use, what,
It
one or
die.
two? Is it?
We always forget about that handy little thing, huh?
Yeah.
We're all out
Clearly
of
they
practice.
didn't need it.
Nah. Can I roll it now?
You can roll it whenever you want as a bonus action.
Oh. I didn't
You
realize
can roll
it was
up to
bonus.
half
That's why
of your
they
level.
wanted to spend their inspiration. We were like, oh, no problem. They got a load of hit points ready to go.
Alright. I feel a little better.
I feel
You alright, Jesco? After he got a breather.
As you're making your way across town, trying to be, unobtrusive,
Discreet.
it's getting dark, so the cloak and the blood don't stand out quite so much. And most people, especially in this part of town, don't really ask what anybody else is doing. They just kind of keep their heads down and move on.
So I keep going, and then I'm making sure, as I'm helping Chesco along, because he can't see in the dark, to keep my cloak closed on the inside, just in case we walk past guards. And I know we're going to have to get to that checkpoint, so I'll have the receipt ready to try to walk through the checkpoint.
Okay.
Is there any personal effects we found on any of those bandits?
Just the stopper with the red liquid.
Oh, okay.
But hopefully there was, maybe something that says, I'm a cult member, here's my badge. Hi, my
Yeah,
name
just-
is...
Nope, nothing like that.
Okay, shit. I was hoping for something I could throw through the door the next time I knock on it.
Could have taken a head.
Yeah, but that's kind of against my character's alignment, I think. I don't think I'd just be hacking dudes' heads off.
What about a finger? You alright with a finger?
Somebody's buzzing.
Yeah, I'd maybe do a
well-
finger.
We can,
And you guys, because we've taken most of the session following you guys around,
sorry guys.
Yep, sorry.
you
didn't
quickly
ask
make
for
your way
this.
back to the outskirts of the city,
A nice snack for later.
and you arrive back at the camp, or at the tent, and everyone seems a little bit anxious because you've been gone so long. But you had no trouble getting through the city, even though you were a little bit lost at first.
Did
You
you
got
mail
back.
my letter while you're out?
You didn't write it when we left.
Oh, that's right.
As we walk in, I just kind of try to gently lay Chesco down, and then I'm just gonna plop on a pillow somewhere.
Partied awful hard, Rogue.
Chest covered in blood.
God.
Oh, it was a rough one. Tell him, Chesco.
What's
Yeah,
that?
we fought 12 bandits, and it was...
You see, it's exactly as I told you. I knew Chesco would keep him safe.
That's right.
Right.
Stay behind me, Xavier, I said.
Oh, man. Well, we caused a ruckus in town, so we might not want to go back there for a little bit. And I think I need a change of clothes or to wash these ones. Do I see a water basin around or anything?
Yeah, sure. There's a water basin over in one part of the tent.
All right. I grab it and I take my shirt off and I just start trying to get the blood out. Trying to scrub it and just get as much evidence off me as possible.
I walk over to Octavia and say, since Xavier doesn't seem to be very interested, is there any kind of spell you can cast to make me feel better or find my wounds? I've been walking with him for the last 30 minutes and he hasn't cast one healing spell.
I say, I'm a rogue, not a doctor.
Damn it, Chesco. I'm a rogue, not a doctor.
I'm a rogue.
Let me see what I can do. Let's see, which one is the touch spell? This one. This one. This one.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not really much help. Sorry.
I feel a little better, thanks. I groan and crawl back on the floor and appreciate it.
Yeah,
rogue
let
with...
me try again. I
You're-
wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You caught me by complete surprise.
She's still like
Much
carving
better.
a ham bone.
Right.
Uh,
You're a rogue with color spray? That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
He's an arcane trickster.
Arcane trickster.
Ah, okay.
So I get illusion magic. I know, I'm badass.
So, Caden, Erevan, Numa. Any comments?
About
Caden, are you asleep?
Sorry, what?
See?
We just walked in bloody. And nobody
Caden
wants
looks
to
up
ask
to his
us-
spell book and says, "What happened to you?"
Son of a bitch. Oh. Damn it, Ryan.
Sure it did. Sure it did.
So I'll tell Caden,
he just doesn't care.
we went to go investigate that building I saw, and Chesco caused a ruckus, and then they followed us into a bar, and then we decided we were going to have a talk outside, and we got in a fight.
oh,
Did you lose?
did you learn anything?
Yeah, stab first.
Caden nods. He goes back to his book.
No, they kept talking about their master, and they really didn't give us any other information.
And you willingly followed them into an alley, which I specifically told you to stay away from.
Well, it was relatively well lit when we walked in there, so I wasn't afraid.
It was a nice
Yeah.
alley.
It was a nice alley.
Clearly you were mistaken. Look at you two.
look body.
So were they cultists? What?
We might have just killed 4 random people in town. So if anybody asks, we've been with you for the last 3 hours. Oh my god, it sounds so terrible.
I love that.
What is it exactly
Oh,
that,
by the
that
way,
you guys
there's a whole
accomplished
bar that
today?
knows that I have money. I bought him a drink to try to ease the tension. So, we have
Ah.
witnesses of where we were at one point. Shit.
Shit.
Numa, have y'all done this before?
Do I feel terrible about killing those people? No, they threatened me. I don't feel terrible.
No, but
Self-defense.
answer your own question. I'm just
They
curious.
shot first.
I did shoot
We've been
first.
waiting here all day to hear about the cultists. You're saying you come back, you've murdered 3 people. Not
Four people.
four people.
12. It was 12.
It was 12.
They may have not
12
been
people.
cultists. And You have no information more
We
about.
still don't know
cultists.
anything.
What we do know is that they didn't like us yelling about Tiamat. The guards think that Chesko is mentally ill. And,
Oh my god!
and that,
And now you guys are seeing it from my perspective.
and the Palanquin is gone, so they could be moving to another safe house, and we went to the wrong place.
So we know
Well, at
that
least we've narrowed the list of suspects.
it wasn't those four.
There are 12
slowly
fewer
thinning our
suspects than
numbers
before.
from the inside.
Oh God.
Oh, well,
Well, it's good to see you guys back.
it was a good bonding experience for Chesko and I.
Mm-hmm.
So, the
The
question
rogue
is,
and the ranger.
did you pick up any information that might be useful?
Nope, I don't think
No, we just straight up murdered some dudes,
we
and
did.
things got really out of hand.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm crying.
I would say you were correct. They definitely got out of hand. Couldn't you have restrained them? You are pretty big.
We didn't get a chance. We were surrounded on all sides, so we kind of had to work with what we were given.
No information.
No information.
Oh Lord.
No.
Oh,
That's
oh
how
wait,
I
wait,
was
no,
today when I
I've
just
got a
sat
little
around
bit of
and ate ham.
information. The building that we were at had a sign in front of it that had a two-headed bird with a shield for a chest, and they were holding two long swords in its talons. So you can tell Celebad about that. It was a crest on the sign.
Do we know what this crest is? Can we do like a history check or something?
Go for it.
We're going to do a history check or
Oh my
something.
god, my chest hurts.
I think I've only rolled like 1s and 2s this game. I can't imagine how well it's going to be though.
How about a resident smart person?
Well, this time you rolled a 19.
Wow.
Woo! I did
Octavia.
good.
So, you're pretty sure that you've seen the crest they're describing. Like when you were walking through the upper town, you think you passed one of the houses that had that crest on it.
Was there like words with it or anything that I remember?
No, it struck you as being, impressive, but you don't really know enough about Baldur's Gate to know any more specifics. But now that you think you remember where the house you passed that had it, you're sure you could describe it pretty well to Celeban.
Oh, this crest you're speaking of. I remember seeing it. When I wandered off, there was some silver spoons I was looking at. Right next to that, there were some cauldrons. And right in between, I specifically remember looking at that sign. I could probably take you there as long as the vendors haven't moved too much. I think it was past the chickens.
Well, I guess my information is not that helpful then.
There's a whole other building to recognize. Just past the silver spoons.
And at this point, Celeban walks in. Says, "My men said that two travelers had come into this tent. What's happened? Have they returned?"
Great
He
news,
looks-
Cinnabon. We found
And he
another
looks and he
building.
sees Xavier and Chesko still looking, well, bloody and beat to hell. He says, "My God, what happened?"
We found another building.
It's a long story.
Did the cultists find you?
I believe so. In a manner of speaking.
It sounds like they may be aware that There are individuals seeking them out within the city.
Well, clearly you managed to get away. What did you learn? Where are they?
I tell him about the crest and a closer vicinity to where we were, if not the exact building.
Okay.
And do you know the vendor with the silver spoons? Just past that is another crest that he's speaking of.
And
Name
Octavia,
marks.
as you're describing it, you think, wait a minute, no, I did see it there, but the house I meant was the one that's in the upper city, the fancy part of town.
Oh, they don't have vendors in the fancy part of town.
Yeah.
No, this was after all of that. I'm mistaken. There was a different crest on that side of town. It had 2 elephants that looked like birds. It was weird. On the fancier side of town, where the women in the pretty frou-frou dresses were. I think they were frou-frou dresses here.
I am familiar with that crest. That is the crest of House Imorm. They are well-known merchants in town, quite influential, and I mean they have dealings with many places and people.
Are they known cultists?
Certainly not that I'm aware of. No.
Well, maybe we had the wrong building all along. Xavier, are you sure you went back to the same spot?
I'm pretty sure because they came down from that street when we left it.
So Chesko and Xavier,
the men that you ran
make me
into
perception rolls.
Okay.
Or intelligence rolls.
Wait,
Intelligence.
Which one do you want?
Oh God.
Intelligence or perception, whichever one's better for you.
Oh, perception for sure.
3 plus 1. Oh, yeah, definitely perception. I am not smart. Oh, crap.
Okay. Chesko. When Sullivan described, like, that didn't right to you for some reason. You can't quite place it. And Xavier, you remember, it's like, no, the talkative one, he said a house, but it wasn't a Morm.
Oh God, I don't remember what he said. It wasn't House Amon. He said it was another house that he was serving.
Well, what house was it?
Did it have a pointy roof or a flat roof?
It was a 3-story building. I couldn't see the roof.
So no one remembers it?
I'm gonna have to watch the VOD.
Can I do a history check? See if I remember a 3-story. Yeah.
Does Amanda?
Very recent history.
Very recent history check, so I get advantage because I looked at everything.
It's really a shame that none of you guys have that feat that lets you remember everything that was said within like the last 2 months.
I might.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't help us because we weren't there.
That's true, but in real life, it's sad that none of you guys have that
In real
feat.
life.
Well, maybe we'll change our minds now.
As you think really hard about it, for some reason, Xavier, the name Xander sticks out.
Oh, that's right, because it sounded similar to the half-dragon's name. He said House Xander.
And you see Celeban kind of take a jump, and he's like, "Are you sure?" He said, "House Xander."
Positive.
Well, you are lucky to be alive then. House Xander is it's the name of a fallen house, a disgraced house. And it is fairly well known, I have to say rumored at this point, that when the leaders of the house were disgraced, they took up the nefarious trade that thrives in any large city. The Thieves Guild, the underbelly of the city, likes to give themselves airs by referring to themselves as House Xander, after their leaders who have traced their lineage back to that fallen house.
So someone from this house could possibly be wanting to work with cultists in order to regain some of that prestige.
It is certainly possible, but I believe that, if these cultists are trying to sneak through the city, as I said, they would have to have some way of smuggling goods through the city, unseen, unnoticed. Contacts with the Thieves Guild I prefer not to refer to them as House Xander, but contact with the Thieves Guild would certainly be a way to ensure passage of goods. It could also ensure the passage of people or creatures who need not be seen.
Are you aware of... Go ahead.
Well, do you think that they would possibly transport people to get to a caravan? To get them out of the city into a caravan?
It would certainly be well within their skills. I would not have thought that House Simorn would have been involved in such an undertaking, but there have been, there's always jealousy and backstabbing going on among the great merchant houses. I had thought that the whisperings of House Simorn's involvement with the Thieves Guild was anything more than just the nasty rumors that get spread amongst the higher-ups in the city, but maybe there is something more to it. But yes, certainly if these cultists have the patronage of either the Thieves Guild or one of the larger trading houses in town, they would be able to quite easily infiltrate their way into a caravan, or a number of caravans.
Aravan, did you have something?
Are you aware of any such connections that House Xander might have outside of the city?
Well, again, I do not have experience dealing with the Thieves Guild and its ilk, but I would suspect that there always seems to be a way to affect the smuggling of goods from one place to another, no matter how large or small. I am sure that any Thieves Guild of the size of the one we have in Baldur's Gate would be connected to many others, or have friends and allies in unexpected places.
Are you aware of what caused the House Xander to fall into disgrace?
It was centuries ago. As I say, the Thieves Guild has, at least in my opinion, just adopted the name as a way of elevating their status, or attempting to. I doubt there is a trace of House Xander blood left amongst any of them, but one never knows.
have you any means to make contact with the Thieves Guild?
No, of course not.
I have already ran into one of their establishments.
Did you murder
so
them?
has Cheska, actually.
Is there like is that their crest? One hanging on the building?
No, not specifically, but there was writing in the common thieves' tongue above the Lion Inn as a safe house, if you would, for nefarious types.
Did you find any of the cultists within?
Yeah, he followed us in, all right.
So do we know that they were cultists now?
By the sound of what Mr. Celeban is saying, they're probably part of the Thieves Guild, working for someone who calls himself a Xander.
That we attracted attention, just maybe not the one we wanted.
But they could be working with the cultists. If they're transporting goods, then at least we have someone else to look for.
You did make sure you weren't followed on your way back, didn't you?
As well as we could. I mean, we were moving in the dark and wearing dark clothes, so it should have been relatively hard to evade people.
Well, I think we'll stop there and let you guys ponder the meaning of all of this as you prepare for next
The meaning
week.
of life.
Oh my goodness. Good session. The laughs.
So,
You killed several innocents.
let's start with Chip.
With me?
Yep. How do you feel this session went?
I think I must have written a really good letter to Leo. So I expect him to come with a whole army of... No. Well, I mean, I still don't even know what time we're supposed to go to our job tomorrow, if we even move, so... that'll be the first thing that I think that me and Chesco, like, now that he's alive, we'll have to figure out. No, that was I didn't think they were gonna make it.
Thanks for your support.
And I was thinking,
preparing their funeral in the letter.
I was trying to think, how will we ever even find them?
You would never know.
In the game, we would never know they were dead. Yep. So.
Well, I'll put it this way. As I said, that was a completely unplanned encounter. No idea that was going to happen.
Good job.
But I threw together something I thought would be, I mean, without giving much of the ideas I have in my head for why this all happened. Basically, someone sent a hit squad out after these two, basically.
Oh, nice.
And I was just kind of throwing some things together, and it turned out to be a pretty appropriate hit squad.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It came down to one set of rolls. Right?
Yeah,
It was me or him.
when I plugged it into the Kobold Encounter Builder to see what sort of experience you guys are going to get. So the three bandits were challenge rating 1/8, and there were 25 experience points each.
Okay. Nice.
The bandit captain is a challenge rating 2 and 450 experience.
Dang.
Wow.
But when you plug that in to a 2 players of level 4, it's a deadly encounter because
it
ends up being.
You're outnumbered.
Hey, I warned you at the very beginning. I'm not going to do the stupid, evil guys thing.
No.
You chose to walk down that dark alley with these shady individuals.
I warned you about
I
Dark
saw
Alley.
Cobbler in the distance. I couldn't help myself.
I've been there, but I warned you.
That's how they lure you in.
That's how they get you.
So yeah, you guys. Let's see. Let me do the real math real quick. So the two of you are going to get 656 experience each.
Wow.
Yeah. I was there in spirit. Does that count?
No.
Damn. I'll try harder next time.
Yeah, so I just want to be sure that, everyone's cool, because I did not really intend for that to turn into a, 2-hour-long side adventure with just two of the party members.
They worked
Yeah.
for it. They earned it. They
So-
literally
The stakes
almost
real.
sacrificed their lives.
So everyone was cool with how that went down?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
And hilarious having them come back and report in.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
Oh my
we
God,
kill
I'm gonna have
people.
to
The summary
just
report.
laughter.
That was... It's like in my head, I kept going, wait a minute, they're trying to get information. And they're going to draw attention to themselves. Okay, well, they talked their way out of it. All right. Okay, well, I need to have somebody follow them. So they're being followed. They're going to try to capture the guy following them and interrogate him. Okay, I guess they can do that. Well, they're going to take him out in the back, knowing that there were 3 other people they lost track of. Okay. And I was just like...
It gets worse and worse and worse. I never said I was the brightest elf.
Don't worry, we didn't say that either.
Oh man.
Okay. So,
What was that experience again? Sorry.
656.
Okay.
Did you already add it, or am
No. I was updating yours to be in line with everybody else's.
Okay.
Do you guys know where to add it?
I actually don't.
Okay, on your character sheet, there's a little spyglass at the end of the class and level on the main
okay.
page.
Got it.
You can add it in there.
Love how it tells you the next level. That is so nice.
Well, I have to update that, but yeah.
Oh.
But it's nice that it's there that you don't have to go back to page 17 of the handbook.
But yeah, I do.
656, you said?
Yes.
656, yep.
We'll make it 657 just for shits and giggles.
Don't do that.
I
It's already.
That's it. You lose all of it.
So-
Too many
Oh
questions.
no!
Aiden, what about you?
My handbook is breaking. Shit.
What I thought of the session, or
Session and, plans for next time. Any inspiration awards you'd like to make?
as far as plans for next time, we need to actually do something with the information we managed to get. What little bit it was. Other than that, not really.
Okay. Do you have any feedback on the session or inspiration you want to award?
Adam's not going to
Nope.
reward failure or ineptitude on our part.
Oh yeah, it was well done. At the same time, it's like that was easily avoided in retrospect.
Fair enough.
Was it though? Was it really?
mean, did you guys really have to dance in the square? That may have been important to the whole story.
I mean,
Or proclaim your
that
romantic
whole
love
hand.
for Timon.
Yeah, the willingness to proclaim your undying love and devotion to an evil god of dragons in the
Like,
middle of a town.
Or claiming your love for Satan.
Something else
Saying all the
for-
terrible things you want to do to him. No big deal.
Hail Satan.
That's right.
Airman.
So
My name is Satan. Sorry.
I'm gonna definitely have to go back to the VOD and re-listen to some points because my Skype kept cutting in and out sporadically. But what I was gathering from it is like these guys got attacked. Either they brought the ire of the Thieves Guild down on us, or they totally just gave away that we're here looking for the dragon cultists.
Or both.
Or even both, yeah. And either way, that does not sound like very good news for us. Who are trying to sneak into the cult's ranks. So at the very least, open up a lot of doors of problems that are going to be needing solved.
It's progress, guys. We're moving forward.
I think this is backwards.
One step forward and 2 steps back.
It's movement. It's movement.
We're dancing with the devil, literally. It's great.
Yeah.
But even though I probably shouldn't be encouraging their actions, the fact that it came down to one roll, I
Yeah.
would like to award inspiration to Xavier for managing to survive that fight with that last roll. Even if it took Chesko's inspiration to
I was going to say, shouldn't you really re-award the inspiration to Chesko since he had to give it up?
I mean, this gives Lucas the chance to be like, hey, Chesko, you saved my ass. I want to give you inspiration because Chesko's the best person
we're blood
on the
brothers
universe.
Now. We're gonna be
Oh yeah.
we're gonna be in this shit all the time.
Starting fights.
Bathing. That's
But that does come with the caveat
I need a bath after
not to
tonight.
encourage this kind of stuff.
all right. Octavia.
Well, my highlight was listening to all the terrible decisions they were making. One thing after another, I'm like, it gets worse and worse and worse.
What's
This
worse?
is a terrible idea.
Chesko agreed. Like, yeah, sure. Sounds like a good
Chesko made
idea.
up some of the ideas. Like, here, I'm gonna be in love with this terrible guy, and you back me up, and you're like, okay, here, let's do all this terrible shit together. That sounds great. Is never gonna team up again alone. You need supervision. Always. But yeah, I thought that was very amusing. It made for a very entertaining session. Although we didn't do much on our end, I thoroughly enjoyed watching their lives fall apart in front of us.
All right.
So, the next week, maybe maybe we won't die from a million people in the city that we don't know about, trying to hunt us down now. Hopefully, they don't know who we are.
And Chesko.
Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I didn't die, so that was good. Didn't mean to completely overtake the session, but just things kind of happened, and one thing led to another. So that's what happened.
Proclaimed his love to a demon god.
Yeah. And I definitely would not mind a separate side story adventure from other party members next week.
Oh, yeah.
So if Xavier didn't already have an inspiration award, I would have awarded it, but I can't, so I won't. And I guess I'm looking forward to seeing where we go, preferably out of this city, because it sounds like we need to get out post-haste now. So that'll be
All
it.
right.
We need to change your whole appearance.
Yeah.
New documents. IDs.
And Xavier.
Well. It was a shitstorm, but it was all fun. Really, nothing we decided to do worked. Besides getting their attention, but we got a lot of attention. The interrogation didn't work. Following didn't work. No, I think Xavier's highlight would be Chesko just backing him up the whole way through.
Just never questioning any of
Just
your
never
decisions.
And as far as like his backstory is, Xavier's backstory, it reminds him of his other brother, just being stupid but having each other's back all the way through. So I don't know how much that plays to Chesko's character, but I'd say inspiration for just having my back through the whole shenanigans.
Chesko, I can totally see him, the character, as doing basically anything on a dare, kind of, because he's trying to make this reputation for himself.
Well, it definitely worked, so I would say that was true to his character and is worthy of inspiration.
Bro, I dare you to do it.
And I loved how he held up that lantern from unconsciousness to light up the alley. Mood lighting.
It was his spirit slowly leaving his body.
You're right. Hurry up.
I just can't figure out who cast light on his lantern to give it. Because Lord knows he won't use his own oil to light his lantern.
Luckily, it was a dim alley, not a pitch black alley.
Yeah. That could have been bad for you, Chesko.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Could be worse. So, yeah, and next session is getting clean and possibly sending someone out to get a change of attire for me.
All right.
So, and I agree with Chesko about the other guys having some spotlight next week.
Time in the sun.
All right.
Yes.
Well, guys, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I guess we'll continue next week in the evolving mystery of how you're going to get onto a caravan. And are you ever going to find out where the cultists are?
And,
Next time on Beavis and Butthead do Baldur's Gate.
okay, so I should be able to get the video up on YouTube tomorrow if you guys want to see it. Just to relive the hilarity.
We'll be ready.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome sauce.
All right, well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
All right. See y'all.
Night. Night.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.